Hey guys, Brandon here. We are going to start doing a series of videos for SOFREP, and one of the first things I wanted to discuss, and I've also been writing a series, those of you guys may have noticed, about mental management, really the power of thought. I've done a whole podcast on the power of thought and featured some great modern minds and kind of gotten them to share their personal story of overcoming adversity. But the main thing is I wanted to do a series on SOFREP about mental management and share my experience. I've written a ton about this, especially in my last book, Mastering Fear, but I wanted to share this over video. Like some people like to read, some people listen to audio, some people like to watch videos. So at least this video will address kind of the latter, right? The video and the audio folks that maybe are busy on the fly and just want to plug in the headphones and listen to this stuff. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is self-talk. Self-talk is extremely important. And look, quick rewind. It's not about the production quality here. I'm literally house sitting for a friend in New York City. I have my cell phone resting on a book right now, and I have terrible backlighting. So the important thing is the content itself. So excuse the production quality here. It'll get better. We just brought on a new video editor for SOFREP, and I'll be most likely getting a tripod in the future and a little bit better speaker. But hey, it is what it is, right? The important thing is to get this out. So self-talk. We are what we think we are and what we say to ourselves. We've all been at a party and heard people say stuff like, I'm just not good at remembering names. I'm not good with numbers. I've never been a good public speaker. When we think about and talk to ourselves in certain ways, we essentially set the bar and the glass ceiling in effect that, you know, if we think of ourselves in a certain way, how are we ever going to be anything different? We kind of put ourselves in a box. And one of the first lessons that I learned around self-talk was after graduating SEAL training, going to this advanced 3-month sniper program. I was on the shooting range, and the advanced program I'm talking about is SEAL tactical training. It's a 3-month course after you graduate Navy SEAL selection, and you really kind of learn the fundamentals: diving, parachuting, land navigation, and shooting. Then you go to a SEAL team, get your SEAL platoon, and you're at least at a point and a level of training where you can then do even more advanced training, typically 12 to 18 months with a SEAL platoon, and then deploy overseas. So I'm at this 3-month course, and it's during the shooting portion, and I've had a pretty good go up to this point. But when we started shooting training, I was really bad. Like, outside of Nintendo's 64 Duck Hunt, I'd never really picked up a gun before, and I really sucked. And on top of that, you know, the banter from all the guys didn't exactly help, or wasn't exactly a support group. So I took it really tough. I started thinking about myself as, God, I'm just not a good shot. I'd go back and have cold sweats at night. Then one thing happened. We did our first combat stress course where we're running around at different stations, shooting for time under pressure. And I remember the first run I did, I scored a perfect score, and I surprised myself. And I remember the class leader looking at me. He's like, damn, Webb may not be good at the target range, but I'll take him on a mission any day. And that was like that very small statement and declaration in front of the whole class was enough to get me to start thinking differently about myself and differently about myself as a shooter. And I started thinking to myself, you know what, I am a good shot. And I slowly started thinking about myself differently and talking internally differently. Then I would go on to SEAL Team 3. I ended up being one of the top shooters in the SEAL platoon, and they actually gave me a shot at sniper training. They sent me to sniper school with my platoon mate, and what would become one of my closest friends, Glenn Doherty, as new guys. And back in the day, and this was like 1999, they didn't send new guys to sniper school. It just wasn't something you did. It was one of the toughest schools we had. Many combat hardened SEALs would wash out, and nobody would say anything because they knew how tough it was. So Glenn and I would go on to graduate. Later on, I would go on to be recruited to be a sniper instructor and end up taking over the course as course manager. And then my mind was opened up when we brought in a few specialists, one of which is a good friend of mine today, Lanny Basham, who's an Olympic gold medalist, a real pioneer of mental management. He wrote an excellent book called With Winning in Mind. With Winning in Mind, you can get it on Amazon. Incredible book, really gives some powerful stuff on self-talk and affirmations. So anyway, it's important what we say to ourselves. And if we want to change, we have to change the conversation in our head and the conversations we have externally. And that's as simple as that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick video. There's more coming. Again, it's not about the production value. I literally rolled out of bed, cup of coffee about 45 minutes ago. So I hope you enjoyed this. More to come. My Power of Thought series. This one, self-talk. Please share it if you think someone could use it. And I look forward to sharing more videos on mental management with you guys in the future. Visualization, self-talk, which we talked about today, and many more topics. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you around SOFREP.com. See ya.